And my last question. So both higher education and international education are at these really critical junctures right
Yes.
now at this time. What are your thoughts about how these fields need to proceed in order to continue to carry out their missions, values, and goals?
Well, I think, it is an interesting time, right? I mean,
Yeah.
nobody expected this, and we didn't expect it to go on as long as it has.
Yeah.
Um, but there's a lot of, there was a ton of stress, of course. I know that it was difficult for teachers all over. But there's been a ton of opportunities from this as well. And I think it's best not to lose sight of that, right? I mean, it's likely to never go back to the way it was completely.
Oh, sure.
Um, we're always going to have sort of a hybrid model likely going forward. But I look at the learning that happened, like just within the teaching pool that we have. Everybody got up to speed. They learned how to do teaching with a number of new devices that they'd never tried before. For many, learning H5P became essential. To being able to add in a little bit of extra flavor to their classes.
Yeah, like
And
interactive content is what you're talking about.
exactly, right.
Yeah.
To be able to build that in, and some have excelled at it, but everybody has a baseline, and to see, the ways people are helping each other out it's been fantastic.
Hmm.
In terms of my work, with TESOL, and I think it applies to other things too. One of the things I was really struck by was, before, the pandemic, it was difficult to reach out. We had conferences that were, regional, and it felt much that way, right? Now, like, I've been to more PD than I ever have before, right?
Everything's
Almost
online now.
everything's online. It's free. It's readily available. And so I've been to hundreds of hours of sessions since we've been
Yeah.
online, and all over the world.
Hmm.
And that's been really something spectacular for myself. But I think teaching is the same way. Like, now, we have classes of students that are halfway across the globe, that piped in. And maybe their parents are sitting off to the corner, or their pets are there with them. It's a different environment completely, and there's a lot more opportunities as a result of that. Like, you're not beholden to time or location.
I know.
Uh, you can send students out on independent projects in a way that never was possible before, right? Connecting with people all over. The notion of you have to meet for a conversation partner at 12 o'clock, in such and such a classroom is gone, because now you can meet with anybody at any time.
Yeah.
And why not? Like, it just feels so much more fluid. I recognize the stress that's out there, and
Sure.
certainly hasn't been an easy road. But
But
there's
I
been
think
so
going
many
through it has
wonderful.
left open a lot of doors, right? Now that we've
Yes,
gone through this, now we know that those doors are there. So when we go back to mostly in-person stuff, now we know that those doors are available for stuff like this.
absolutely. It just feels like we've opened up the full range of what we can do. And it's lovely to see. I know, like, when we are able to go back face to face, that'll be fantastic. But I expect that even there, we'll be taking some of the things that we've learned from here and applying it there as well. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
Definitely see that. All right. I want to thank you for being here and sharing your opinions and your experience with us. I really appreciate it, James.
Oh, no, thank you, Sharon. I mean, it's always wonderful to talk. I think these sorts of conversations are very valuable. So thank you for the opportunity.